guys, it's Steph with Tiny's Garden, and my friends, is today a big, exciting day. Can I have a drum roll, please? We're planting the queens of the garden. Say it with me, dahlias today. Go, go dahlias, go, go, go dahlias, go dahlias, go dahlia. Needless to say, these are my favorite flowers in the garden. I did a lot of them in containers last year, and they turned out beautifully. I'll link that video at the end of this video. That's my most popular video. But today we're gonna try and plant them in my raised beds. I think I'm out of breath from excitement and dancing. So I have a bunch of them that I've pre-sprouted. I've got them right here on the table. There's 27. We'll see how many I can fit in these beds back here. And let's go ahead and take a look at what varieties I've got out here. Here is the spread, my friends. And I will likely do a video on pre-sprouting dahlias next year. This was my first year doing it. And I failed miserably the first time. And the second time I got it done. But the idea is you can pre-sprout them, like these two are the oldest here. And they get a head start, a jump start on the season, which is nice. Okay, so these two back here, no name. Bad ID tag game on my part. Here is a la mode. I'll put a picture on the screen so you can see all of these. This one I'm really looking forward to. Here we have brown sugar, also looking forward to that one. Belle of Bramira. She is probably top 3 I'm looking forward to. Mary Evelyn, this is a collarette. One, I haven't done collarettes before. We'll see how I like them. Fern Cliff Copper. That's one I'm looking forward to arranging with. Leo Gelito. That's a yellow. Chickacum de Bluma, Del Bluma. A purplish looking one. Golden Scepter, also yellow. I'll be curious to see which yellow ones I'm the biggest fans of. Back here, Arabian Night, Breakout, maybe the #1 I'm looking forward to. Both of these are Breakout here. That's why I separated tubers to get 2 of them. This is the one I think really rivals Cafe au Lait. So, can't wait for her. Seattle. Sierra Glow, that's on my top list. Blizzard, which is a white. American Dawn on my list I'm most looking forward to. No name on that one again. Cornell Bronze. Regular Cornell, which is a little more red, I believe. That's on my list. I can't wait to see. Red Labyrinth, big old red one. You know I love the red. And around here, Penn Hill Watermelon. I've heard excellent things about that. Joey Morella, I've also heard excellent things about. Kelsey Annie Joy, another collarette, and Gandalf's Victory. So these are the ones we're working with today. Now keep in mind, I do have more. These are not the only ones. These are the ones I was able to get into some dirt and pre-sprout. I would be lying if I said I didn't order some more this morning. But this is why. Earphones, listen up closely. Swan Island Dahlia Company has their tubers for 30% off right now. And oh my goodness, guess what I found? Crichton's honey, ooh, Crichton's honey, ooh. Some people might say Crichton's honey. I don't really know, but all I know is that's the one I've most been trying to get. And I got it this morning. Thank you, Swan Island Dahlia Company. I mean, I bought them. I'm a YouTube rookie. Believe me, I bought them. I simply got an email that they were offering 30% off their tubers. So I ran to look, and lo and behold, there it was, along with a few others I couldn't resist. So if it's worth your time and you want a little more, you still have time for them to get shipped here and get them in the ground. Last year, I didn't get them into the ground till July, and they did okay, which is late, but they did okay. So you might want to check that out if you want. Speaking of dates, today is May 22nd. That's the day I'm getting these in the ground here in Zone 5B in the Chicago suburbs. I was shooting for anywhere between April 25th and somewhere in May, and it was just way too cold and windy and rainy. So rainy and wet most of this spring and cold for a long time, so I haven't gotten them in, but today is the day. It's beautiful out. It's supposed to be beautiful for the next couple days with not too much rain, so that's why I'm getting them in today. So let's take a look at these beds and I'll show you the spacing that I'm planning on using. Here is my 4 foot by 7.5 raised bed. This is what they're going in, both of these in this line right here. So I'm going to split this right down the middle. This is a 12-inch garden stake that I'm going to write the names on and ID them, but it's going to be split. One will go here, right in the center. One will go here, right in the center. And then it's going to be a 12-inch space between each one. So if my first one goes right there, 12 inches, the next one is going to go right there. That is the idea on each side all the way down. I'm not going to go in any particular order here. I know some people do like a color palette and a, what is that called when it's a gradual color scheme? What is that called? I'm stumped. Where they have colors in a certain order, like a gradation effect. What is that called? I don't know, but anyways, I'm just gonna place them in besides the colorettes, which I think get smaller. I'm gonna put those on the end more than likely, or save them for somewhere in the landscape. So we'll see how many I can fit in each bed. I think I can get 14 in each. That's the plan. Here's what I'm putting in my holes. I'm gonna do some bone meal, which is what was recommended by Swan Island Dahlia Company in their pamphlet they send you with your order. They have some recommendations on what to put in the hole. That was one of them. I promise this video is not sponsored by them, but I learned a lot from using their products last year. Great information. And also the Biotone Starter Fertilizer. Lastly, this is upside down because I opened it the wrong way, but I've got some leftover hummus manure. I used cow manure last year and that worked just to add a little more organic soil to the compost that's already in there. First things first, I'm going to go through and label each one with a garden marker and then I will plant. Let's do it. And I got these 12-inch garden stakes at my local garden center. Dahlias can get humongous, like 5 feet, 4 or 5 feet, 3 feet. They're big. So having a bigger stake will just allow me to see what it is a little easier. That's what I'm ID tagging them with. And also to plant when I go for spacing, super easy and repetitive every time. And of course my garden marker works like a champion against the rain. I can see what the label is throughout the whole season. Used a Sharpie once, won't use it again, just came right off. Garden marker, Amazon, easy. I simply write the name and then the date on the back on one of the sticks. You hear the birds singing right now? Oh my God. There it is. Okay, we're all tagged up here, ready to plant. I'm just gonna come through and loosen the soil up here first because we've had a lot of rain and it is pretty wet underneath. Not too wet, but wet enough. I just wanna get some more airflow in there. Okay, here's what it looks like before. After we ruffle it up, here's what it looks like now. Now we can get in there and plant. Now, as far as the drip line in here, I do have drip line running to all of these raised beds back here, but also to this one. And it is a 1/4 inch drip line and it's hooked up to our sprinkler system via a BTT Hunter wireless connection that I can run from my phone. So I can either set it to program and water automatically, or I can just do it whenever I want to do it from my phone, which is really handy. It's called the Hunter BTT, and it was really pretty easy to set up. My irrigation guy set it up with me. Okay, I've got them all laid out here. I was able to fit 6 and 6. I'm erring on the side of being closer apart than together. I simply placed one down pretty much almost all the way to the end, that tag ahead of it, then the next one, that tag ahead of that, and downward. So now that everything's in place, we can rock and roll. It's going to be 12 per bed for me, so 24 total here. Okay, so let me give you a close-up on how I'm going to dig these holes, put this in, and put all my soil amendments in as well. Okay, I've got the ID tag. This one's breakout. Doing both of my breakouts on the end. ID tag goes in. Moving this, I'm gonna dig about 6 inches down. Put in some of the compost. Put in a little bit of the biotone starter fertilizer. Put in some of the bone meal. Put in my actual tuber. Pull this out. I've got 2 growth points on this one. There's one starting there, actually 3, there and there. So any side I put it on is gonna be fine. We'll go this side because there's 2. Putting it down in that hole and fill it back up. Gandalf's Victory is next. It's pointing out. Take my hole. There, I'm getting down to the leaf mulch. Grab my compost. Biotone starter fertilizer, bone meal, gentle with my tuber, just like that. So the growth point is facing up, dropping it on its side, and cover it up. All right, guys, here is an example of one that has already started to root in. See those roots there? Not all of them have it, but I've had 2 that have started to root in, which is great. That's what we want. The others are just a little bit behind. You'll still put it in the hole the same way, cover it up the same way. I go this way up. Roots are in. And start filling it around it. So not all of them will you be able to see above the surface like this one. I've only got 2 that are. A lot of them are completely tucked under the ground, and that's completely fine too. Okay, we are all planted in here, and I just spread out some Sluggo on top of my plantings to keep the snails and slugs away from eating my tubers. Let's take a look at the finished product. Okay, all planted in here. I've got the ID tags turned to face each side of the aisle. Any little white granules you see there is the Sluggo, which is safe for kids and pets, by the way. Then across the aisle here are the rest of them. So I believe in this bed I was able to get 5 and 6, so 11. And this bed 12. 11 and 12 is 23. So I got 23 planted in here today between these 2. But just visualize for me. Dahlias galore right in the front of this entrance here. Oh, I'm hoping it works, everybody. The last thing I'll need to come in and do is simply stake the dahlias when they start to push through the soil. I could do it now, but I'm gonna wait till I see what comes up, hopefully everything and where, and then I'll stake them to this so they don't flop over, either a plastic long stake or a bamboo stake. I've cut them in half before. So whatever stakes work for you. I do like the bamboo a lot because it kind of blends in really nicely, but these plastic ones hold up pretty well. So you've got options, but that'll happen a little later for me. That's how I'm gonna do it. And then I can take some baling twine and corral them, which means to wrap them and surround them so they're a little more contained. But they might be okay in the raised beds because they're a little closer together so they'll kind of support each other. We'll see. I'm going to play it by ear, but either way I will likely stake them. Some of the shorter ones may not need it, like the collarettes don't necessarily get too big, but some of the bigger ones definitely going to want to stake them. And I'm also going to want to come in and pinch them when they're taller, probably around 8 inches tall. I'll come in and cut them or pinch them, and it'll produce a lot of branches so that we have more blooms. But that'll come in a little while. Today they're in the ground, and that's what I wanted, and now we just have to wait for the queens to make their entrance. And that's it for this video, everybody. Thank you for watching. Please comment below and let me know what dahlias you're most looking forward to this season. And also, if you haven't, subscribed to my channel to follow along with all things garden. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next one. As always, happy planting. Bye.